This is Jade, and welcome to my Thinking Out Loud series. I wanted to talk to you all about the law of attraction. And simply put, the law of attraction is basically the belief that your thoughts, both positive and negative, basically create your reality. So whatever you're thinking about, be it positive, be it negative, you will attract that experience into your life. I can definitely go more in depth about this if you want me to, but also, I mean, there's a plethora of information about law of attraction on Google, YouTube, definitely YouTube, great videos on there, and I can suggest some reading if you guys want. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of share with you a few different little stories of things that happened to me lately, small things, but I just thought they were kind of really cool. And really cool that they kind of manifested so quickly from my thoughts. So, let's go ahead and get into those. So, I've shared before that I feel like I've been going through a spiritual awakening that has probably been happening for some years, but I've only been aware for it the past, probably since maybe I'd say about March, April-ish, something like that or whatever. In researching law of attraction and things of that nature further, I have come across videos that explain symptoms of a spiritual awakening, that things that were happening to me years ago that I didn't realize what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would get these weird, like, flecks in my eye. Like, I would see white flecks out of the peripheral visions of my eye. I also had this weird thing going on where my eyes would cross on their own, like completely independent of what I'm doing. Like, they would just cross. It was scary one time because I was in the car driving, and I would just have to wait till it stopped. Like, I couldn't force it back. I couldn't make it stop. I would just have to wait until it stopped. And I thought something was wrong with my eyes, like something was going on. And I would go to the eye doctor. I went several times. They was like, no, your eyes are fine. Stop coming here. So I don't know. I mean, other things too, but that's the one instance of something happening that actually sticks out in my head, looking back on what's happening. And I can also look back on things that's happened to me in the past, both good and bad, that I think were definitely created by my own thoughts and feelings. That's a whole nother video if anybody's interested, but I'll get into that another time. Right now, I just want to share a couple quick stories. I think maybe about 4. And since I had the thought to do this, a couple other cool things happened too. But I'll save that for another video as well. I don't want this to get too long. So here we go. My first 2 stories center around the Dollar Tree. I don't know. Maybe the Dollar Tree is like magic for me. Who knows? But the first, there's a shopping center around the corner from my house. It's about 5 minutes away by car. There's Walmart, Dollar Tree, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I was coming from Walmart and pulling into the parking lot of the Dollar Tree, and I had this fleeting thought. And the fleeting thoughts are the ones that seem to happen quickest for me. When I just have a quick thought and it's in and out of my head and gone. But I had this quick thought that I need to go check on my aunt. I need to see how she's doing. It's been a while. I can't even say that I really think about this aunt very often. Like, I don't. I would be lying if I said I did. But at that moment, pulling into the Dollar Tree, I was like, I need to check on this aunt. I need to see how she's doing. And she's actually my great aunt. So I pull in the Dollar Tree, go in the store, and my cousin is at the cashier. And I'm a little surprised to see him there because although he has worked at that store before, it had been months since I've seen him in there. So I figured he had either quit or he had been transferred to another store. So it was surprising to see him in there. He was like, oh, man. He was like, hey, how you doing? Da, da, da. And he was like, well, it must be a family reunion up in here today. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, well, another cousin of ours is in here and your aunt. And I was like, shut up. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yes. So I went to find my other cousin first because he was the one that actually brought my aunt to the Dollar Tree. and talked to him, yada yada yada. And I was like, well, where's mine? What's going on? And he was like, oh, let me take you to her. She's down the aisle with like the foil and the plates and all that kind of stuff. So I got to talk to my aunt, see her, make sure she was okay, catch up, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, I didn't even have to go by her house and see her or anything like that. She was right there at the Dollar Tree right after I'd had this thought in my head, like, you need to check on your aunt. Crazy. So the next story with the Dollar Tree. I have this friend named Karen. She's a manager at the Dollar Tree. Well, her name, for the sake of this video, I'm calling her Karen. That's not her actual name. But I don't want to be putting people's real names out here that don't know I'm doing these videos. So for the sake of this video, we're going to call her Karen. Anyway, she's been a manager at the Dollar Tree, and she used to work at the one around the corner from my house. So every time I would go there, I would see her. I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. So we were cool. I've been friends with this girl since, like, we were kids. Like, we were teenagers. She was actually closer than my brother in age, and they used to hang out more. But it was kind of like a neighborhood thing, so everybody kind of hung out with each other. So anyway, this is how I know her. So I'm going, again, pulling into the parking lot and have this quick thought in my head. Man, I hope Karen is here today, because she had gotten transferred like almost a year ago. So she used to be the manager at my local Dollar Tree, but she ended up getting transferred to a completely different store, which isn't too far from my home, but it's kind of still not like around the corner. It's not as convenient. So I didn't get to see her as much, only when I would happen to stop by this other store. And that was if she was working that day. So I hadn't seen her in a little while, and every once in a while, a manager from another store will fill in if something happened or the manager needed off at your store. So I'm pulling in and I'm thinking to myself, man, I kind of hope Karen is filling in for somebody today. And then I like quickly amended that thought and was like, nah, I really hope that Karen is back at this store for good. So that's what I thought. Parked my car, in and out, guys. I had this thought, it was in my brain, and then it left. It was done. Okay? I go into the Dollar Tree. I go down the stationery aisle. Y'all, the stationery aisle got the same stuff pretty much every day. But I'm obsessed, okay? I'm obsessed with stationery. It's like a compulsion. I have to go down this aisle and check it every time I'm in the Dollar Tree. So I go down this aisle. Nothing new, of course. I come out of the aisle, and I see this familiar back of the head. And I'm like, Karen? She turns around, and it's Karen, and I'm like, yes, hey, what's up? So we like sitting there chatting, catching up, kiki and all that kind of stuff. And she was like, well, yeah, I'm here today. And she was like, actually, she's like, I'm back permanently. I've been transferred back to this store. And I was like, shut the freaking front door. I was like, I just had these thoughts in the car. Like, I told her this. She probably thinks I'm freaking crazy. I was like, I just had these thoughts in the car. I was like, well, look at thoughts creating reality here. And she was like, yeah, girl, yeah. So yeah, she's back at the store. I'm happy. She's happy. Everything is golden. And again, just that quick fleeting thought at the Dollar Tree. Maybe I should just go to the parking lot of the Dollar Tree and start thinking of a whole lot of great things. Maybe we can get some more stuff done. So another story I want to share. I think I have one more after this. And like I said, since other stuff has happened as well that I'll probably share in a future video, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, I just want to share these other quick little stories. At least I'm going to try to make them quick. We'll see. First of all, I've shared this in another video, one of my flip videos, but in case you hadn't seen it, anyway, I was watching this law of attraction video on YouTube, and the guy in the video was like, okay, within 24 hours, the universe is going to give you a sign. He was like, the sign will be unmistakable. When it comes to you, it'll be your sign. It'll be unmistakable that is meant for you. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And I think I was watching this video about like 11:45, 11:50. It was like really close to midnight when I was watching this video. So I was like, okay, yeah. Anyway, the next day, it's kind of close to getting to my 24 hours. Maybe like 20 minutes or so out from my 24 hours. And I'm like, I still haven't seen anything significant to me. Anyway, so I'm like doing dual stuff. I'm a multitasker. I like to do 2 or 3 things at one time if I can. So I'm watching YouTube, and I'm also watching the Bobby Brown story on my television. So they're both like running at the same time. And I was watching this Amity Bloom video, and she was saying, the girl, her name is Nazi, she was saying how, excuse me, in her traveler's notebooks or planners or whatever she has, she likes to have a die-cut bird or some kind of form of bird, and she names it, the bird's always named Bodie. I don't know what's up with this name. The birds are named Bodie. She was saying how she had discussed that name with her like family and friends, and nobody likes it and thinks it's a weird name and yada yada yada. Now I can't remember if the video had ended by this time or if I was still around that part where she was talking about Bodie. I feel like it had maybe ended. I had maybe just finished it, because afterwards or during that time I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I don't know why I'm thinking about this now. I'm like, Bodie is like a weird name. Like, who would name their kid Bodie? Like, this is the thought I'm having in my head. And no sooner than I had this thought, I hear Bodie come from the television screen. And Bobby Brown's third wife? Did he have a wife before Whitney? No. Second one. I don't know. The last wife. The one he's with now. Let's put it that way. Bobby Brown's wife is sitting at the table. She's pregnant. And he's like up. I think he's cooking. at this time. And she had referred to the baby in her belly as Bodie. Now, at this time, I was like, I thought I was tripping. Because, again, I have 2 things going at once. So, I was like, I didn't just hear what I thought I heard. Like, I'm tripping. I didn't just hear that. And I was like, you know what? An easy way to figure that out. Let me just Google Bobby Brown's kids. So, I went to Google and I typed in Bobby Brown's kids' names. And sure enough, with his wife, the latest wife, the last one here, he has a child named Bodie. Now, at this point, I'm like, that's kind of freaking crazy. That is the oddest name for 2 things that I was just watching to both say. Like, that's just weird. And so I was like, okay, well, let's see what the hell Bodhi means. Look it up. And of course, Bodhi is a Sanskrit word for enlightenment. And it's actually closer to the word awakening. Again, spiritual awakening, guys. This was my sign. Unmistakable sign. I got it within like 20 or so minutes of my 24 hours being up, which I thought was cool. It was unmistakable. It was for me. So I got it. So thank you, universe. I appreciate you. Okay, last story, guys. And again, a lot of these stories, this little stuff is inconsequential. But I just thought it was really cool how just quick thoughts that I've been having have been manifesting. So I went to my flat iron broke to the point where it'll come on if it's plugged in, but you can't use the on off switch. And I'm not about that broken appliance or whatever you call those things life. So I need to get a new one. And I've been looking here and there, but I hadn't been like seriously looking. Anyway, I went to Tuesday morning around the time when they had the extra 25% off clearance prices. And I happened to be looking in clearance, and there was this cool, cute little flat iron. There was a decent price. And of course, with the clearance, it would have been extra 25% off. But it was red. Not a big red fan when it comes to like curling irons and things like that. Red fan, period. I'm not like, red is not my, that's not my jam. Like, give me purple, give me black, give me gray, love it all day. Give me that like minty turquoisey color, love that. But I'm not a big like into red like that. So anyway, it was red. It was like kind of a deep red, burgundy-ish color. But the only thing was the box was like tore up. Like, it was all taped back together and stuff. So at this point, I'm looking at it. I don't know if somebody had bought it and decided they didn't want it and returned it, or bought it and it didn't work right and returned it, or if somebody just was in the store and being an asshole and broke open the box and ripped it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what was going on, and I'm kind of a low-key perfectionist, and I like my stuff new. I will buy used if I have to. I have no problems with that as long as it's in good condition, or like it's like a really good price. Like, I'm okay with it, but my preference is new. Anyway, and also too, I wasn't like wild about the color. And I was thinking to myself, God, it'd be cool to find this flat iron in black. So I was like, okay, maybe let me just go to like the flat iron actual aisle where they would maybe keep this and not just the clearance. So I went to that aisle, but they didn't have one that looked like that one at all, be it burgundy or black or any other color. So I was like, well, I'll leave this here for now. I was like, if push comes to shove, I think it'll still be here. I don't think anybody's gonna buy this. So I've been riding around with this 30% off one item coupon from Ollie's in my email for a little while. And I was going to go there and get like a headset with a microphone to replace my old one because it's not working anymore. And I need one, you know, I need one to do if I want to do a voiceover on my videos or whatever. So I went to Ollie's and I thought to myself, I was like, duh, Jay, duh. They have like flat irons and stuff. Why don't you just buy the flat iron from here? So I went to the flat iron aisle, and lo and behold, that same flat iron I was looking at was there, brand new, and it was black. It was a black flat iron. And I looked all around, guys. I looked under other stuff. I looked behind just to see if there was another one there, or maybe a different color, even though I didn't want a different color. I was just curious to see. So I looked on that aisle. I looked on like the end caps looking. That was the only one there. And it was cheap. And I had the 30% off coupon. So it was like kismet. Like I went there. I got the exact thing I wanted in the exact color that I wanted. Exactly what I was thinking about right there. And I just thought it was cool. I mean, you guys probably think these little stories are silly. But I'm like, it's making me more aware of my thoughts and to be mindful of my thoughts and to just even in the little things recognize what's going on and be grateful for them. So yeah, I just thought they were cool and I wanted to kind of share. And again, like I said, I have other stories and I have things where like I can see where the law of attraction worked in my life prior to me even really realizing or knowing about the law of attraction, for both good and bad. Another video, maybe I'll do that one day. But yeah, I just wanted to share. So if any of you guys out there have had any experience with the law of attraction that you've recognized, any good stories, hell, even any bad stories, I kind of want to hear your experiences and see what's what. So let me know in the comments. If you guys have any comments or questions, definitely leave those below as well. And I will get back to you as soon as possible. I hope everybody is having a blessed week. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.